Here's more wrestling news for May 14th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include possible spoiler on AEW's plan for Double or Nothing title match. WWE has special plans for big gold belt design. Former WWE star Mojo Rawley teamed up with the Gronkowski brothers. The Rock declared future president of the United States by CW series. Chelsea Green cashing in on cease and desist drama. Asuka wants match against Triple H. Jim Ross takes a dig at WWE. Bayley predicts two names to win this year's Money in the Bank match. Former WWE superstar gets engaged at Yankee Stadium. Fox polls fans on the WWE 2K22 cover superstars, and more. We're starting this video with AEW Double or Nothing, and a major title change is reportedly in the works. We already know that AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida will face Britt Baker on May 30th, and according to Dave Meltzer, Baker is set to win the title. The fact that Baker completely no-sold Thunder Rosa during her interview on Dynamite this week wasn't lost on fans, and it's believed that Baker's lack of interest in Thunder Rosa will lead to a title feud between the two when Baker is champion. Today is day 355 of Shida's record-breaking reign as AEW Women's World Champion, who won the gold at Double or Nothing 2020, but fans can expect her title reign to end in just over 2 weeks. Speaking of titles, there's few championship designs more beloved than the big gold belt, which is best known as the WCW World Heavyweight Championship and was later adopted by WWE. Retiring the title in 2014, fans don't see much of the big gold anymore, but now a major project is reportedly underway. According to belt fan Dan, who has been accurate about title belt news in the past, WWE is planning to bring back the original big gold design, albeit as a replica title for fans to collect. WWE is originally using a cast from Jamar 3D CNC, who made the big gold belt in the first place, and the design is slightly different than what WWE fans are used to with the World Heavyweight title. This replica big gold will reportedly be released in fall of 2021, and we're sure it'll be a special trophy for collectors when it's eventually released. Now, since leaving WWE earlier this year, Mojo Rawley hasn't appeared much, but that changed this week when he appeared on the YouTube channel of Logan Paul. Introducing the Gronkowski brothers Dan, Gordy, Chris, and Glenn, the four sparred with the YouTuber/boxer ahead of his fight with Floyd Mayweather later this year. Mojo's good friend and former 24/7 champion Rob Gronkowski was also there, watching the fights, and we'll have to see if all this training makes a difference when Paul faces Mayweather on June 6th. It's no secret that The Rock has teased running for public office in the past, and it looks like some of DC Comics' top heroes are on board with the idea. In the teaser for the next season of Legends of Tomorrow, it's revealed that the Brahma Bull is president in 2045, and given how many movie projects he currently has lined up, it seems like The Rock may have to wait that long before running for office. This isn't the only series to have the Great One in politics, as Young Rock shows him running for office in 2032, so don't be surprised to see the occasional people's elbow in Washington in the years to come. Earlier this week, Chelsea Green was hit with a cease and desist over her new podcast name, but the former SmackDown superstar is taking this legal trouble in her stride. Filed by the owners of the 50 Shades of Grey series, Green has changed her podcast name from 50 Shades of Green to Green with Envy, but this cease and desist has also proven to be quite an opportunity. Now Green has released some new shirts capitalizing on her cease and desist scandal, which are available on ProWrestlingTees.com. This isn't the first time something like this has happened, as the Young Bucks made a killing off cease and desist merchandise after WWE sent them a legal letter barring them from using Too Sweet, even though it was recently reported that this story may have been faked by the Bucks. We'll have to see what the future holds for Green, who was released in April, but she's not letting a cease and desist hold her back. Back to WWE, and Asuka has faced many names in WWE during her near 6-year run with the company, and now the former Raw Women's Champion has set her sights on an interesting new opponent. Speaking to ET Canada, Asuka was asked about who she'd still like to face in WWE, and gave 3 major names: Ronda Rousey, Ric Flair, and Triple H. With Flair in his 70s and Rousey pregnant, the most likely match out of the three is Asuka vs Triple H, and perhaps a match with the talented Empress of Tomorrow is enough to get the game back in the ring. Now, earlier this year, NXT moved to Tuesdays, ending the Wednesday Night Wars. And like all wars, there's some people who love nothing more than reminiscing about their time in the proverbial trenches. This week, AEW commentator Jim Ross spoke about NXT's move to Tuesday nights as he told Jimmy Varsalone, "It was obvious WWE goes on Wednesdays head-to-head with us in hopes it would hurt our growth. It didn't happen. They probably got tired of getting their asses beat every week. They have a lot of stroke with USA, so they made a move." Both NXT and AEW Dynamite have seen a jump in ratings ever since the wars ended, and whilst WWE have explained the move was done to free up Wednesday nights on the USA Network, JR isn't buying this explanation. Back to WWE, and as a former Miss Money in the Bank herself, Bayley knows what it takes to win the coveted white briefcase, and has made her predictions official for this year's show. Speaking to Sportskeeda's Rick Ucchino, Bayley said she's predicting that either Ruby Riott or Liv Morgan will win, and suggested that they could share the briefcase given their friendship. WWE has never had two people share the briefcase before, but perhaps this could be a first, and mean they'll challenge for the women's tag team titles down the line. Despite being one of WWE's longest-running female teams, the Riott Squad have yet to taste the gold, but if Bayley gets her way, that could soon change at Money in the Bank. From the ring to the diamond now, as former WWE superstar Gangrel recently attended Yankee Stadium and had some big news. At the stadium, Gangrel proposed to his girlfriend, who said yes, and the happy couple shared a picture on Instagram of this joyous occasion. Damian Priest and Karrion Kross were just two of many wrestlers to share their congratulations, and we'd like to echo that same sentiment to the Vampire and his bride at this time. Randy Orton news, and though the Viper has never shied away from some underhanded tactics in WWE, few moments compare to Orton's actions during his 2006 feud with Rey Mysterio. Goading Mysterio into putting his world title opportunity at WrestleMania 22 on the line, Orton insulted Eddie Guerrero, who had tragically died mere months prior, claiming the former WWE champion was in hell. Speaking about this comment on Kurt Angle's podcast this week, Orton admitted that the line didn't come from him, saying, "I was 100% not comfortable with it. Rey assured me that it's something that Eddie would have wanted. Even still, Rey and myself went to Vicky, and Vicky gave us her blessing, and she said the same thing. Eddie would have wanted to help you guys in this manner. If he could have used his death in some way to help the business, he would have wanted us to do it." Orton's on-screen plan worked as he ultimately won Mysterio's #1 contendership, though Rey would later be added to the WrestleMania match, and whilst the Legend Killer's words did get him what he wanted, Orton would have rather never insulted the late Latino Heat. And we're ending today with WWE 2K22, which will release later this year after taking a year off following the disastrous WWE 2K20, which remains full of glitches and technical errors. With this year's installment 2 years in the making, WWE definitely wants to get it right, and fans may have already had a major influence on the new game. Recently, the WWE on Fox Twitter account put out a poll asking who fans want to see on the cover of the new game, and the results were pretty conclusive. The top male superstar chosen to grace the 2K22 cover is Drew McIntyre, while Sasha Banks leads the poll for female superstars. At this time, very little is known about the next installment into WWE's video game franchise, but after the woeful release of WWE 2K20, fans and gamers alike are hoping the new game lives up to its tagline and hits different. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.